All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday, April 27th. We do have 4 NBA playoff games on today, and we have 4 picks coming your way. We are still on the road, so we have a road video here, but we will be back with our normal videos tomorrow, in which we go through each and every one of the games. We break it down, give you our prediction on the side, give you our prediction on the total, give you any player props that we like as well. But in today's video, we do have 2 player props and then 2 totals, one being a game total and one being a team total to share with you guys. In terms of yesterday, looks like a 2-2 day. It's realistically more like a 1-2 day. That Cavs Heat over, just one more basket cashes the over. So that one I don't feel too bad about. But that Scottie Pippen Jr. under 14.5 points, he almost hit in the damn first quarter. Dude goes for what, 30? So yeah, if we had the womp womp, we'd probably drop that. And I love the people in the comments being like, way late in the game, being like, "Hey, I don't think that was a good look." And it's like, yeah, buddy, me neither. I'm watching the game too. So I always chuckle at those. It's like, if you hate the pick, tell me before the game. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That was just a really, really bad one. What do you guys think? Like about a week ago, right? We had the Tobias Harris over in points, in which for the first 30 minutes of action, he was just doing cardio. He had 0 points. Which one was worse, the Tobias Harris look for his over in points, or the Scottie Pippen Jr. under in points? Both of those all-time bad looks, and they happened within a week of each other. So, like I said, I dropped the womp womp if I could. At least our same game parlays did kind of salvage anything we had going yesterday. Like I said, it looks good, 2-2 in terms of 2 green checks, 2 green X's. Those 2 green checks more are like 1 green check because they were split. We split a half unit there. So yeah, we're on for a bounce back here. Hopefully, like I said, 4 plays coming your way, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's start it off. The first 2 plays we're looking at are going to be in the same game here. We'll start it off with LeBron. I like his under 5.5 assists. This is really coming down to his potential assists that he's been getting. But first and foremost, I guess on the year here, he's only hit this twice against Minnesota. He's averaging 4.7 assists, and the potential assists is what I talked about, right? In game number 1 of this series, he had just 8 potential assists. And if you guys don't know what potential assists are, a good rule of thumb, I mean, there could have been assists. That's what potential assists are. A good rule of thumb would be that you cut that number in half, and that's usually how many assists a guy results in. Now, positional, it kind of changes. Like centers maybe convert a little bit more because a lot of their assists are either catch and shoots, that type of thing. But good rule of thumb, think anywhere from like 45 to, I would say, 5% of these numbers should convert to assists. So 8 in game number 1. In game number 2, he had 8 potential assists, finished with 7 actual assists, so a crazy conversion rate. And then game number 3, 10 potential assists, finished with 4. So if he goes out there and gets 10 potential assists again, or something like that, we could be looking at him with 5 assists, right? And like I said, he's had 4, 6, 3, 7, and 4 assists. So even when he does hit the over, it's not like he's blowing this number out of the ballpark. So for minus 105, I think that we have some decent value here in this one. Now, I do think LeBron's going to be really involved today, obviously with the state of the series, right? Being down 2-1, I understand that. But at some point, that could also relate, or I guess result is a better word, in him being a better scorer too, right? He hasn't had the most prolific scoring series. Now he has a guy named Luka on his team, so I guess he doesn't always need to be, which is a good thing about this acquisition that the Lakers made. But ultimately, I do think that LeBron, facilitates it, but doesn't necessarily have those bang bang type assists today. I think that he's going to be passing the ball, but Luka's going to do a lot more of the ball handling. So LeBron could have a good scoring night. That is fair. I'm not trying to take his under in anything else other than assists. And again, I think he might get up to 5 assists. I'm not saying he has 2 assists. We know he's going to have the ball, but to convert those potential assists, we're going to see a lot. We're going to need to see a lot more potential assists before I'm ever considering the over in his assists. So yeah, I'm going to lean towards, or actually this is the final play. I'm going to take the under, which we already did at minus 105 over on, where do we get that? That was, I believe, over on DK or MGM and Caesars. I think you can get that number on all of them. So, yeah, for near even odds, I think that we're getting a decent little value play there. In terms of play number 2, again, it's in that same game, and this might be a square pick, but I like the over 208.5. That minus 107 is over on ESPN. It's minus 110 elsewhere, so just a few cents of value on ESPN as of the time of recording. This series has been going over this number, right? And that's, I guess, the only reason why I'm realistically liking what we're seeing here, because these two teams have played a lot of low scoring games in the past. And we know that, and we've seen that. But these numbers are drastically lower than even those low scoring games that we've seen. So I'm still sitting here. We cashed the over ticket last time. I think that we run it right back and look at the over 208.5. We've taken this over now multiple times and cashed, right? So it's like, yeah, even if we do lose this one, which I don't think it's necessarily a foregone conclusion, we've still been profitable taking that over. And what I like to see is that we finally saw just kind of like a middle of the pack game offensively from both teams last game, and they soared over this. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, finally, because the Lakers hadn't played a good offensive game, Minnesota played a really bad, was it game two or I think it was game two in terms of their shooting, and then both teams shoot kind of like 45% from the field, 40% from three last time out, and they crush it. I think that if we just see a normal game between the two teams, we get to over 208. Yet again, both defenses are good at times, but we've also seen nothing that's like agitating. Like even the Lakers having those bad offensive games, I guess, right? Even though they win one of them, but overall, like they weren't necessarily. It wasn't because of the Minnesota defense. The Lakers were shooting very poorly, and we saw that from both parts. When Minnesota shot like 20% from three, it wasn't because the Lakers were closing out super hard. They were just missing their shots. So odds are they don't just miss their shots, the same way they did there. I don't think we see 20% from three from both teams again in the series. So over 208.5. Let's move on to the next game we're looking at here, and it's going to be Derek White over points and assists here at 19.5. That minus 114's over on FanDuel. Drew Holiday is listed as doubtful. Jaylen Brown's questionable. Derek White, we had his assists last game. He comes through for us. I'm throwing his points in here because we've seen some offensive success for sure through the first three games of this series, right? And he's hit this line every game so far this series. So sure, maybe it's time for him to take a back seat and not necessarily play all that well, but I still think he's going to have his 6 to 8 potential assists, so he could very well get 4 or 5 assists, which his assist line is 4.5 today. But I'm throwing the points in there because again, he's been shooting the ball well. He's been taking like 7, 8 threes per game. We've already seen a massive scoring game from him in this series in which he absolutely went off. So sure, we know he can do it. And if Jaylen Brown plays, especially with Jason Tatum now playing, like this Orlando Magic defense is definitely showing you who they're focusing on, right? And Derek White is getting a decent amount of looks. And what I like for points plus assist prop here is he's also taking some uncharacteristic Derek White shots in which he catches and shoots right away with a guy on him. He does have a quick release when he needs to, and these kind of turnaround on the baseline type shots, but he's shooting the ball a lot. And I think that's because he's feeling it and it's showing a lot. So Derek White here over in terms of his points plus assists is also something that we'll be rolling with today. I feel like we're moving through this video pretty damn quick, huh? The baseball video, we had 3 picks, I think, in like 12 minutes. We're going to have 4 picks, and I don't know where we're at for time, but less than that here. But guys, go ahead and comment and see if we get the time. 8. Go ahead and comment 8 if you made it this far into the video. Maybe I'm talking a mile a minute. I know that the videos aren't as good when we're on the road, but I already talked about this in the baseball video. Really do appreciate people that stick with me and rock with me even when it's on the road, because I get it if you come in here and you're like, oh, road video, it's going to be shorter. Audio might not be as good, even though it's still probably good, but just not good compared to what we normally have. The video quality might look a little bit different. I get it. But the ones that do rock with me and keep watching and are still having a good time with the community and whatnot, that's what I truly do appreciate. So yeah, go ahead and comment 8 if you made it that far in the video. Last play, Bucks team total over 113.5. The Bucks, much better offense when they are at home. They played really good defense in that last game and kind of suppressed Indiana big time. I expect this to be a little bit more of an up-tempo game. Almost looked at the Bucks minus the points, but I think overall they can go out there and just give us 114, and who really cares what happens in terms of the final score in the game, whether Indiana wins, Bucks win, anything like that. I like this spot. We almost paid a little bit more. Do you think minus 158 was 112.5? So hopefully that 1 point doesn't end up kicking us in the you know what. But I do like this spot. I think the Bucks are going to have a little bit more success offensively when they are at home, and we did see that last time out, right, in their win against Indiana. Indiana's defense, even when the Bucks weren't scoring, were playing well in those first couple games. I don't even know if I would chalk that up, or I should just say game one because game two was okay. I don't even know if I'd chalk that up to good Indiana defense. No Dame in that game, number one. In the Bucks, we just talked about the Lakers and Minnesota scoring and shooting the ball poorly. The Bucks were doing that as well. Like that game, number one was Giannis, and then who? You know what I mean? Now we do have a more healthy Bucks team, which is obviously very good for this squad, and I think they'll be able to put in a decent, respectable number. So, yeah, give me them over 113.5. What I've been saying all along in this series, I like that we have sort of the backbone and safety net of the Bucks being able to score in the paint. They should be able to do that no matter what. If they hit their threes, it's just a cherry on the cake, icing on the cake, whatever the damn saying is. I like them to go out there and get 114 tonight. So, to recap, we have play number one, LeBron under 5.5 assists. Play number two, we have the over in that very game right there, Minnesota and Lakers. Play number three, we have Derek White points plus assists. Play numero cuatro, Bucks team total over 113.5. Go get us 114. Last night wasn't all that great. That Heat and Cavs game was fine. I'm not going to sit here and say that was a bad read, but Scottie Pippen Jr. big yikes. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.